Hi and welcome to Sew with Adeshola. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to cut and sew a pinafore dress. Without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. First, you want to fold your fabric into two just like that and then roll out your start line. Now after rolling out your start line, you want to start taking your vertical lines. You take your bust point, which is at 10 inches for me, waistline, which is at 15.5 for me, hip line, which is also at 23.5, and then the full length of this gown is going to be at 40 inches. Okay, so I'm going to be adding 2 more inches to it for folding. I'm so sorry this is not showing right now. Okay, so all in total we have 42 inches. I hope that makes sense. Now I'm just going to repeat the same measurement on the other side so that I can have an accurate measurement and a very straight line. All right, now once you're done doing that, you want to go ahead and connect the 2 dots together to give you a perfect line, just like I did right here. Go ahead and also do the same thing. Now once you are done, come to your start line and impute your shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 7.5 for me. Then I'm going to be taking 4 inches for the neck width. This is because we are dealing with a square neckline. All right, then you want to take your shoulder slope, which is at 1 inch, and then connect it to the neck width. From the shoulder slope, I'll be coming down by 7.5 for my chest line. All right, and then right there I'm going to also measure 7.5, which is the same measurement we have on our shoulder line. So just go ahead and do the same thing using your own measurement. Then you just want to rule out that line. All right, now we have our armhole line. Divide it into 2 right there and make a point, and at that point go in by 0.5 inch. All right, then you want to come to your chest line and impute your round bust measurement divided by 4, which is 8.5 for me. Then I'll be adding 2 inches as allowance to it. This is dependent on you. You can decide to use 1.5. Now you want to connect from that shoulder slope to the 0.5 inch we came in by, and then you want to connect to your bust measurement. All right, now that we have drawn out our armhole curve and also taken our bust measurement, come to your waistline and impute your round waist measurement divided by 4. Then mark your nipple to nipple measurement. All right, there I am marking 4 inches. You want to repeat the same thing on your hip line and also on the bust point line. All right, then you want to connect all the dots together just like I did right there. Now from that bust point, come down by 1 inch, and on the waistline mark 0.5 inch on both sides of the line. Then you connect it to that 1 inch line you came down by. I hope you understand that. I hope that is very clear. And yes, I would like to take a minute of your time to appreciate you for staying with us up until this moment. Thank you so much. Do well to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Now on your hip line, come up by 1 inch just like we did on the bust line and connect it to the waist line. Once you are done with that, just come to your waistline and measure your waist measurement. You can see, then measure that intake and return it. Then you add your sewing allowance to it, which is 2 inches. And on the hip line, just impute your round hip measurement divided by 4. Then add your sewing allowance to it, which is 2 inches in my own case. Then you want to go ahead and connect the lines together, the dots together, from the bust point, from the chest line rather, to the waistline and also to the hip line. All right, on your hemline, measure all you have on your hip line and remove just 1 inch from it. All right, if you have 12 inches in total on your hip line, remove 1 inch and impute that measurement on your hem line. Then you want to connect from your hem line into your hip line. It's just so unfortunate that my camera didn't capture that part. I am so sorry about that. Now the next thing we are going to do is to take our neck depth, and for this I'll be making use of 5.5. Initially I wanted to use 6 inches, but I just felt let me use 5.5. all right, then I'll be measuring 4 inches, which is the same width we measure on our shoulder line. All right, then you want to connect it together. Okay, that is our neckline. So the next thing I'm just going to do is to go ahead and cut it out. While cutting, I added 0.5 inch on the neck depth, on the shoulder line, and on the armhole. while other part of this dress I just cut it out on the line. All right, now this is the back piece, and I've gone ahead to cut out two pieces of it, having left 1.5 inch as a zipper allowance. Then I went ahead to place my front piece on it. Now the next thing we're just going to do is to take our back neck depth. You can decide to use the same neck depth as the front, or any which one that you prefer. All right, so for me, I think I use 2 inches, and then you connect it to the width of the neckline. Now come to your waistline and extend the line just like that. Then on that waistline, go in by 0.75. That is to remove zipper bulge. All right, that is to remove zipper bulge. Then you want to connect it slightly into the neckline, and then also into the hip line. Connect it slightly. That is going to remove any form of zipper bulge at that part. Now the next thing we're going to do is to use the front side to cut out the back. Okay, just go ahead and use the front to cut out the back. The only difference is the neckline and also where we removed the zipper bulge. Now that we are done cutting, the next thing is to go ahead and sew. And I have gone ahead to cut out an interface for the neckline. Here I have my interface for both the front and the back, and I ensure that interface went below the armhole. You know this is going to be a sleeveless gown, so we need to find a way to hem the armhole. But if your fabric cannot go below the armhole, I mean for the interface, no problem. Go ahead and cut out an interface and stitch it with 1/2 inch on the neckline. Then find a bias to hem the armhole. All right, to take the darts, you're just going to extend the lines, the vertical lines, extend them, and just take the dart the way you took the first one. All right, then go ahead and do that for both the front and the back. Here I have the back pieces as well, so I'm just going to place my interface on it and stitch at the neckline and also the armhole alone. And then I'm also going to take my dart just the same way we did for the front. All right, and after I am done, I'm going to bring the result to us. This is what I had after I was done. This is what the front is looking like. I've taken my dart and also the neckline. So at those corners, you just want to go ahead and notch it. But if you use the bias for your armhole, there is no need to notch the armhole. But if you didn't, go ahead and also notch it. Then you want to turn it to the right side, turn it inside out, then take it to the pressing board and iron. I'm going to do this for both the front and the back, and after I was done, this is what I had. You can see it's looking really good and neat. So now the next thing we're going to do is to join both the front and the back pieces together. Just place them right side facing each other, the right side facing each other. Then you can decide to stitch this way, or better still, turn the interface inside like this, and then use it to cover each other and stitch it. This is going to make it look very neat. All right, just look at what I will be doing. I'm going to repeat the process again so that it can be very easy to understand. First, you want to ensure that the fabrics are facing each other right side. All right, then you want to take one of the shoulder and input it into the other, and then you turn it to the other side and stitch it. I hope that is clear. Now after I was done with that, I'm going to take my zipper and also fix my zipper. Okay, and then I'll bring the result to us to see what we have. And this is what I had after I was done. I had gone ahead to stitch the shoulder, and as well you can see it's looking really neat. All right, so the next thing we're just going to do is to join it on the sides. So you want to turn it again and make sure that the right sides are facing each other. You can see the zipper is looking really neat as well. So you just want to place it together properly, arrange it neatly, and then you take your tape rule and measure the sewing allowance we added while cutting it. You know, I added 2 inches to mine, so I'm just going to take 2 inches on all the lines all the way down, and then connect it together and take it to my sewing machine and stitch it together. All right, so once you're done with that, you also want to fold the hem line, the 2 inches we left earlier while cutting for the hem line. So I hope you understand that. That is what I'm trying to do here. Okay, stitch it together on both sides, then hem the hem line as well. Take your fabric to the sewing machine and hem at the hem line. And this is what I had after I was done. It is not for me, it is for a customer, and I am so glad she loved it. And if you would want me to make a tutorial on the tie, let me know in the comment section. Thank you, bye.